Okay, this broke yesterday. It's really big if it's true. Investigative journalists Michael Schellenberger and Matt Taibbi are reporting on Public at Substack.com that it was President Obama's CIA that targeted Donald Trump and started the Russia hoax. Listen to this.
This was initiated by the U.S. government. It came from within the U.S. government's intelligence community, including the CIA, that they asked the so-called Five Eyes nations intelligence agencies, that's the other English-speaking nations, including Britain and Australia, to spy on 26 Trump associates.
Schellenberger went on to say the CIA is scrambling to find a missing top-secret binder, revealing the details. Rick, if this is true, this would make Watergate look like a little walk in the park. Your reaction to this bombshell?
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. And it's like reading something out of a spy novel, or, you know, you would think this happens in other countries. We've all kind of known in our gut that this was what happened. We've all known that the Obama administration did everything they could to prevent Trump from getting elected. But now that you're starting to get the evidence, this should cause Americans to be righteously angry. I mean, think about it. At its core, what we're talking about here is government entities trying to prevent someone from running for president simply because they don't agree with their politics. This is why we've said for a while, these three-letter agencies, the FBI, the CIA, the ATF, all these agencies that have essentially been co-opted and become political instead of being law enforcement agencies, complete top-to-down cleaning of house, maybe even wiping out some of these agencies completely.
It's going to be interesting to see the second report of that drop today.
Thank you, Greg. The House on Tuesday night voted to impeach Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas with a one-vote margin. The 214 to 213 count saw 3 Republicans cross the aisle and side with the Democrats. They were Ken Buck of Colorado, Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin, and Tom McClintock of California. Republicans say they took the action due to the ongoing chaos at the southern border that has reportedly led at least 8 million illegal immigrants into the United States. Here is part of Speaker Mike Johnson's statement released after the vote. From his first day in office, Secretary Mayorkas has willfully and consistently refused to comply with federal immigration laws, fueling the worst border catastrophe in American history. He has undermined public trust through multiple false statements to Congress, obstructed lawful oversight of the Department of Homeland Security, and violated his oath of office. The articles of impeachment will now be sent to the Democrat-controlled U.S. Senate, where a conviction at a trial is unlikely. Even though the White House and Democrats keep denying any connection between Joe Biden and his son Hunter's shady business dealings, after Tuesday's closed-door testimony from Hunter's former business partner Tony Bobulinski, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer says the connection can no longer be denied.
He talked about his interaction with Joe. And remember, Joe has said he never met any of the Biden associates, and we've proven that he met with all of them. He met with Tony Bobulinski, met with Joe on more than one occasion.
Tony Bobulinski came forward back in 2020 with evidence confirming emails and text messages, but testified prosecutors never even interviewed him and that federal law enforcement never even approached him for evidence. Comer said Bobulinski confirmed that the CEFC China Energy Company was the financial arm of the CCP trying to take over American markets, and the Bidens were there to help them all while Joe Biden was vice president. With only a razor-thin majority in the House, Republicans desperately wanted to keep ousted Republican Congressman George Santos's seat in New York, but that did not happen. In the special election held Tuesday, Democrat Tom Suozzi beat Republican Mazi Pilip by more than 12,000 votes. Suozzi campaigned on a platform to essentially win back his old job. He served as the U.S. representative for the same seat from 2017 to 2023. Pilip was a newcomer who did not fully support GOP frontrunner former President Donald Trump. Inclement weather may have also hindered a voter turnout. The Republican majority in the House was shrunk to just 3 seats.
Following special counsel Robert Hur's report, Joe Biden faces increased scrutiny, reigniting speculation that Democrats may seek an alternative nominee for the 2024 election. And here is what House Speaker Mike Johnson said about Joe Biden this morning.
A man too incapable of being held accountable for mishandling classified information is certainly unfit for the Oval Office. And everyone in this room If you just ask yourself that question, you will come to the same conclusion. President Biden has the lowest approval rating of any president who has ever run for re-election. I think it's 37% in the latest poll. It goes down precipitously.
Hur's investigation into Biden's mishandling of classified documents highlighted potential defenses, including the president presenting himself as a sympathetic elderly man with a poor memory. Potential replacements for Joe Biden include, for the nomination that is, of course, California Governor Gavin Newsom, Vice President Kamala Harris, former First Lady Michelle Obama, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, and popular Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. Greg.
All right, a recent poll from ABC News and the Washington Post has Donald Trump leading Joe Biden in a 2024 rematch by 10 full points, 52 to 42% among registered voters. 74% of Americans say the economy is poor, inflation is still high, grocery prices are soaring, mortgage rates are at a 20-year high, and gas prices, well, they're through the roof. All indications are blacks and Latinos are jumping ship and abandoning Joe. So what did his campaign team think the president should do to fight back? Well, post a video of Biden buying fried chicken for two black kids and their dad.
Well, I mean, you got chicken fingers, you got the whole deal. I want the root of making sure I had the hamburger. You know how much this guy loves you. You just feel it, can't you?
Yes, exactly.
Your dad jumped in front of a bull for you. By the way, we dads are hard to raise once you're a teenager. We're hard to raise, so you gotta be patient with us, you know what I mean?
I see.
A little patient.
While the video is painfully awkward, Biden's numbers are far worse. According to the NBC poll, Biden's approval among black voters is down a whopping 17 points since the first year of his presidency.